Make your way down to the Walkthrough Wednesday World Studio, and today we are sponsored by Oculos, found in Merkmart. We are excited to welcome, for the first time on the Walkthrough Wednesday World Studio, give a big round of applause for Oculos! Woo! Thank you so much for joining us today.
Hey everybody, I am super excited to be here. I'm loving this couch. Loving the couch.
It's like right up your alley. It looks perfect for you.
Oh yeah.
I
Good
really
to
have
see
been
all
digging
these
your new
friendly
style the last
faces and
couple
some new
days.
faces out there.
Yes,
Yeah,
welcome
I
everyone.
was
Thank you
told
so
I
much for
had that
joining us.
drip, so I wanted to continue it.
Oh, nice. Well, we're very excited to be doing the world tours today. Do you want to tell us a little bit about why you started doing tours in the first place?
Appreciate the question. It's a great open. So I started in Horizon and I didn't really know where to go, what to do. Only had a few friends. I had recently got my Oculus, and when I went into the plaza, I was kind of confused as to what exactly I'm supposed to do. So after probably a week or so of getting my feet wet and looking through the menus and just exploring on my own, I finally was able to get a real experience of some of these really cool mini games and worlds that people create. So I figured, why not go ahead and solve that problem myself by offering tours to new people in the plaza, and kind of grew into this.
That's wonderful. And it's obviously grown. I mean, this world is huge. There's so many doors here. Everyone is supporting you. I'm blown away by the amount of people who've come and backed you up. And so just thank you to everybody who's helped out in your journey. And so, the question everybody wants to know is, do you have your own worlds? We've been to all the worlds with you, but do you have your own?
So it's funny you asked that, because my own world, the Oculos Maze of Useless Facts, I've almost abandoned after I published it, because I've been so engulfed into making something for other people. I love creating for people. I love just giving back and making things fun and exciting. But for some reason, I just can't find that same inspiration for my own world. So here I am helping with this amazing tour hub and walk through Wednesday studio. And there's a couple of other things that are in the work as a collaborator.
Awesome. That's great. Yeah, we appreciate you being a collaborator. And, collaborating is one of my favorite things to do. As someone who's like prone to scripting, not so much to design, I am happy to build a glass that returns back to the same position in a few seconds, but making it look good, that's not my forte. So it seems like, your passion is like giving tours and showing people around. So tell us a little bit about what your envisionment for what, world tours is today and how you expect it to go.
So the world tours, we're going to test out a couple of different ways, since we're looking at quite a bit of guests that are coming through already. In the last hour, we've maxed out the first instance, and people were more or less ready to go. So I asked the people that I saw to come back. I want them to come back and check out the tour wall. We've got 3 tour areas that already have mapped out worlds that you can go and visit on your own if you want to have a self-guided tour. We're going to be taking people through, and that's kind of the thing. There's some people that are pretty much comfortable in Horizon, so they just want to find worlds to go to. Other people are new, or they just really want somebody to take them through the experience, or help them gather into a group to really get the full experience of each world that's built. That was my biggest concern when I joined. Was I was by myself, or I had one other person, and you've got games that can hold up to 12 to 20 people, like this instance here, and we can really rarely get these worlds out there for people to enjoy. So this is one way to really showcase all those worlds that we love, that are lots of fun, and give people a place to quickly meet up and just go world hop.
That is awesome. We have questions from the audience, I believe. And Merck, would you like to host that for us today?
If anybody doesn't have a question for Oculus, I know I have a burning question for him.
Hey,
Shoot.
we'll start with Merc.
Well, question number 1, what is your most useless fact?
Oh boy, I knew this was coming. I really wish I would have prepared better, because that was kind of my inspiration to kind of break the ice in the plaza, the useless fact. When you have kind of a stale moment and there's people around and you really don't know what to talk about, just ask them what their useless fact is. Everybody has a fact that they know. It's totally useless to anyone out in the world other than maybe the people who it affects. But a useless fact, everyone has one. And I have one. From the number 1 to 999, not one of the numbers in that consecutive order has the letter A in it. So from 1 to 999, there is no letter A to be found until you get to 1,000.
And now my head has exploded.
Whoa.
Thank you.
Mine too. I'm like, I have to almost go through and write it out now. That's great. Thank you,
I
Mark.
do believe
Any other
that in the
questions from the
UK they do
audience?
say 101, 102, so it's
I,
kind
I
of
have a second question for you.
depends on where you are.
Do you have
Oh, yeah,
anything
Mark again.
that do you have anything that you're currently working on right now that you think is going to be a lot of fun?
Yeah, we do have a prom world and a graduation world coming up, so stay tuned for that. If you're not in the Facebook Horizon the Facebook Horizon community page, make sure that you go there and check out some of the updates from the world creators that I'm collaborating with. But also, we have our own page, don't we? Our Facebook World Tours. So check those out.
Yeah, it's very
Lots of
cool.
good stuff and new updates going on in there.
Are you gonna make any mazes or something like that? Like, well, mazes or just one?
So I have the one
try to-
maze, and it's kind of a. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, finish.
Because I'll try it later, but I saw it for a few seconds and it looks pretty cool. I give it a like. So you have more
Appreciate
likes.
that. Yeah, my maze was kind of just at the time there were maybe one or two mazes, and my thing is if there's something that I didn't like specifically or I would change, the great thing about Horizon is that you can create it yourself. So I decided why not, and I made a maze that was fun. It was quick. It wasn't frustrating for people that have trouble with keeping their direction. And there's a couple Easter eggs in there, so definitely go into the maze and check out all the dead ends too, because there's a lot of fun stuff in there. Everyone has kind of their passion and what they like to build. The maze was kind of the passion at the time when I joined. Right now, my passion is collaborating and helping others with some inspirational design. Like Lake said here, the inspiration for the design sometimes escapes him. So it's great to have collaborators to really put your world in another direction that you wouldn't have even thought of. So that's kind of what I'm doing right now. Basically, what we're doing tonight is kind of the premiere of the world tours. We're going up those stairs behind you, and you're going to go straight out into you'll see the big hut that says tours above it. And then there's 3 boards, tour A, B, and C. I'm going to be one of the tour guides. I believe we have a couple more tour guides that are going to kind of hang out, so that way people who want to take their own self-guided tour can do so. But we're just going to go out there. I'm going to party up with however many people based on the tour we go to, and then I'm going to guide you through each one of these worlds, and that's going to help you learn how to jump to new worlds yourself, how to find popular worlds people are already in, and anything that comes up new after people publish them to Horizon. So you'll be able to do all the things that you have questions about at the end of this tour. And we're also coming back to this studio to get some feedback and answer any questions. So make sure you have some questions ready for us.
Obviously, as you've mentioned, mine is one of the worlds on the tour list today. But as a creator, it'd be a great opportunity for me to share what I've made and gain that sort of reward for having created the world. I mean, that's my motivation. So my question to you, I know that I've brought you into the project that I'm working on right now, No Escape 3, and
Ooh.
a thought that I
Yeah.
had was
Big ooze from the audience.
what my thought was is as an extension of the tours is to do a sort of event, and the kind of rough idea that I had as I was driving home from work today was something like a Feedback Fridays. So it would be an opportunity for creators to post their worlds in beta, and then users who were interested in helping test unfinished worlds would get a sneak preview and be able to provide feedback. Is that something that sort of interests you at all? Is that something that we think the community might be interested in?
I love it.
Feedback Fridays. Feedback Fridays. This sounds great.
The studio is just dying for content. So things like that and more. I mean, Lakes is hosting the walkthrough Wednesdays. I'm doing the world tours. We can definitely expand as long as, it's helping the community and find new worlds and help out creators. I mean, that's what it's all about, right?
There it is. FBF. I like it. So then my follow-up question to that is, I know that you have been invited to kind of get sneak previews and help kind of give some feedback on worlds. As a tour guide, as someone who is guiding new users or users who are just looking for new opportunities, to worlds to explore, what are things that you're looking for in worlds? What makes it a good tour world for you?
That's a great question. So, what we did right now is get as many worlds that we've been to as possible just to give some inspiration for new users, people looking for worlds to explore. And that's why we have that whiteboard when you walk through the studio to your right. Then we have the tour boards, which are kind of where we wanted to start to see how things work for the first time. Partying up. Can we make sure everybody gets in the party? Can everybody follow? Can we get into the world and then actually do the things that are in the world? So this is the pilot to really get all of the bugs out of the system. But the future, in my eyes, if I'm king for a day, I would really love to have worlds where you have a lot of interaction, some teamwork, things that people are communicating. Because one tough barrier that people really need help getting over when you first come into Horizon is making friends, finding new people with common interests, and then finding a way to relate so you can go world hop into these 4-player, 6-player, 10-player worlds. So if you have a world where you have to work together, or something that is a team versus a team, or one person for themselves against everybody, all of those worlds are exciting to someone, and I want to make sure that we are highlighting those and giving people an opportunity to discover those and play them and get your world seen and liked and shared with the rest of Horizon.
Great answer.
Well,
Thank you
we're
so
going to
much.
have to cut it off for questions right now, but we thank you all so much for visiting and joining us today. We're about to start the Tours Hub, so as Oculos mentioned just a minute ago, you're going to go up these stairs and you'll see the hut to the right with the Tours sign above it, and we'll meet you over there. Thank you guys so much again.
Thanks
Let's give
for
a big
having
round
me.
of applause for Oculos. Woo!
Welcome to the tours. This way for the tours.